Have you ever wondered what does it take to really grow your career? Well, I'm going to tell you this today. My name is Adrian Singleton. Some call me the Cosinaire. I have been in the game now for 23 years, and I am a Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt. But what does that mean? Really doesn't mean anything if you don't understand Lean. But what I can tell you is this, is that all of us have careers or we are entrepreneurs, and we're always looking to see how do we grow. Now, sometimes you may see me pull up PowerPoint presentations to show you this, but I am a stickler to my notes. I like to look at my notes, and sometimes I may even write down my notes as I'm coaching you on terms of what I'm talking about today. But today we're going to talk about how does Lean really benefit your career? A lot of times, most people think that Lean is only for manufacturing. But let me give you some surprising news that Lean is not only about manufacturing. Lean can be utilized in everyday life. Even the fact of showing you how to be more productive at home. All of us have to do two things. We have to manage our time, and we try to be productive in the time that we have, because all of us know that we wish we had unlimited time, but unfortunately we don't. That sounds to be great in just manufacturing, but it also can happen in our regular livelihood, in our everyday lives. So let's talk about this. I'm going to look down for a second. I want to talk about what is the basis of Lean. Lean, for one, makes your career stand out. You know, there's a lot of competition in today's age when it comes down to applying for a job, interviewing for a job, or even understanding the steps of how to get your name in front of the people that are hiring. There are certain times of the year when most businesses are planning for their budget. I know that maybe mid-year, most of us are looking for our budget, and then at the end of the year, we're trying to approve our budget. So timing of when to apply for those jobs are super important. But some of the things that happens inside of a business is we are looking for specific talents, specific skills, and sometimes we call this zero up. Zero up is really, let's look at our overall strategy, but in order to drive our strategy, what is a talent we need to have on the bus to make sure that we can hit our goals for the upcoming fiscal year? I'm going to look down again. Number two, Lean is not just for manufacturing. You heard me talk about that earlier. Lean can be used in any type of career field you're in. I know majority of my career field has been manufacturing, but because I have been in the game for over 23, 24 years, I have done just about every industry you can think of. I've been in the medical field. I've been in the retail space. I've been in the whole food space. I've been in the sports arena space. Every single space you can think of, every industry you can think of, I've been a part of it and had a chance to really increase the value in terms of their organization. So you may say, well, that doesn't fit me because I'm not in any of those fields. But one thing that I can guarantee you is this. Every single industry has a process. You have a way you start, you have a way you end, and there's always an expected result at the end. But it is how long does it take for you to get to the expected result? We all know that in today's stage, the market is very aggressive and is very tough in terms of competition. So everybody wants their product to be the fastest, they want their products to be the safest, and they want to make sure that they can depend on a supplier that's giving them their product. But guess who makes that happen? Somebody like myself behind the scene. We're working with the organization to look at the gaps, to understand how to close those gaps so much faster so that the customers can be dependent on the company, but really the company is depending on us to have the skill set to look at those gaps and to really close those gaps so that customers can be right there to know that they can always depend on this particular company to supply them for all of the things they need so that they can supply their customers themselves. I'm going to look down again, going to pause for a second. So how does Lean change many people's careers? Listen, you're looking at a person here that has had a very successful career. One thing I can say, the difference of me having continuous improvement inside of my career or as a part of my expertise is that it has really stretched me apart. There have been several jobs that I went to, and I know that the individuals probably had more education, probably had more experience, but because I had this on my background, then this stated two things. Is that I'm a person that have a different set of eyes. I see business different. And then I only look at the value of the business to see how to make the business grow. And that has given me a great advantage over many other individuals as I've interviewed for jobs. Listen, I've been in several different industries. I've interviewed for tons of different jobs. And just about 70% of the jobs that I interview for, I've always got it. But once I have landed, the expertise of continuous improvement or lean, then about 85 to 95% of the jobs that I've always applied for, when I interview for them, I've always received them. But when I didn't have this background, then that 60-70% range was always true because I really didn't have what we call a differentiated or a differentiation in terms of my career field that allowed me to be able to stand out versus all of the competition. Listen, we know that everybody's on LinkedIn, everybody's on Indeed, and there are thousands and thousands of people that are trying to apply for jobs. And even on LinkedIn, if you don't have a premium account, then you would never be able to get in front of those that are hiring individuals like yourself or like myself so that we can prove our expertise. But what happens is when individuals are looking for specific skill sets, I guarantee the majority of them are looking for people with skill set that has a skill set of understanding lean manufacturing, of understanding continuous improvement, some type of form or fashion, so that they can quickly help them hit the ground running so that they can grow their business with individuals that really understand the skills that I'm talking about. I'm about to look down again. So what are some of the small things you have to do in terms of lean? You have to make sure that you understand all the different principles. There are maybe 17, 18 different modules of lean, and it's really tough to understand all of them. But the key is to think 80-20. What is it that the company needs, that you need to have so that you can help them in the current circumstance that they have, so that you can be very practical in changing up to know what they need versus trying to force down their throats some type of framework that doesn't work in every industry. So mastering certain type of skill sets is super important, but as you're on the outside, it's better to master all of them. So when you get inside of a company, you can easily identify what they need so that you don't try to drive every framework down their throat. I'm gonna look down again here. So what are some of the benefits again to having lean added to your career? Number one, you're always gonna stand out. Standing out in a crowd of millions that are applying for the same exact job is really tough to do if you don't have something different on your resume, or if you don't have something different in terms of your skill set. Then you will be mixed up in the crowd and you'll find yourself interviewing for thousands and thousands of jobs. What about this? Even standing out inside the company that you're currently with. I always tell people, don't get stuck in the 3% jingle. Getting stuck in the 3% jingle means that it'll take a long time for you to increase your revenue so that you can start living the freedom or exercising the freedom to be able to do things for your family unlimited. But when you have the Lean Six Sigma Master Black Belt, or you have the background of continuous improvement, it helps you stand out. And so when your people on the job look for people that are problem solvers, then guess who they're going to come to? I'm going to look down again one more time. And the last thing here is you have awesome career growth. Now, I've been in 9 to 10 different industries, not because I was laid off or not because I was fired, but only because the value that I've had when I've learned certain companies, I've completed great projects, I've saved tons of opportunities, and doors just seem to open to me. And sometimes when I work with certain individuals, if they are a high-level executive, if they know that their team, and I was a part of the team to help them do it in one company, when they move, sometimes they take me along with them, or great opportunities always open. And the magical thing about this is that I've never had the same salary anywhere I went. And anytime I went somewhere else, my salary always jumped by 50 to 60%. So what would this do for you? If every time you had an opportunity, your salary jumped by 50 to 60%. This is what happens in the life of understanding that continuous improvement or adding lean to your background. It really enhances who you are as a career professional. Now, I will create another video in terms of how does this help you in terms of an entrepreneur too as well, because there are certain things I did as a consultant that you would never be able to accomplish unless you understand the skill set of lean. So remember, lean is not only for manufacturing, lean fits in every industry. It's just understanding the skill set and really mastering all of the modules so that when a problem happens, you're the person they call upon. My name is Adrian Singleton. Look forward to you on the next video.